So microdramas have become a huge industry.
Huge is kind of diminishing it. It's
It's massive.
$1 trillion industry.
It will be.
Yeah.
By 2030.
2030, what is it? 26 billion? It'll probably surpass that.
It'll probably surpass that. So for those of you who don't know, if you've ever been on social media recently and you happened upon, let's say, an Asian or white American dramatic show that has you sitting there watching it for like 10 minutes as an ad, and then it cuts off and says, to see the rest, go to Drama Box or Real Short or whatever. Those are microdramas. And those things have taken over the world very, very quickly. And so I said that what tends to happen in these types of spaces is that when microdramas are created, or I'm sorry, when new media is created, Black culture winds up being the real test ground that really elevates the platform to another level. But on the back end, somebody that does not look like us owns it, right? So when I saw this, I said I wanted to bring microdramas to Fanbase. And the first thing I thought about was how will users feel about this, because of all the other things we were building, but I knew we were building the algorithm. But what I liked about microdramas is, and when I investigated it, we already have everything that microdramas function off of, which is short form video, right? They use currency to unlock episodes. So coins on places like Drama Box and Real Short. And then we have Love, and it's the same like monetary equivalent. They have subscriptions as well. We have that as well. And then now we have an algorithm. And so I wanted to get into, and it's not hard to build because it's really just ingesting, just uploading the video and then having ways to track the shares and all that kind of stuff. And so that's why I wanted to bring microdramas to Fanbase. Now let me read something that's happening and give it a little bit. Now the shift is happening to America. So now we have a lot of microdrama companies coming up that's saying they're going to start to create these in the United States of America. So I said, man, I need to find somebody that knows how to produce content like this. And so I reached out to Ty. Ty said, I know what that is. I can do that. I said, cool. You do that, we'll distribute it, and let's get to work in doing so. And that's how we got to where we are. So Ty, explain to everybody like your role in this partnership that we're doing and what Braveheart and Wild Peach are going to do with regard to the microdrama industry.
Yeah. So can I give a little bit of history?
Yeah, go ahead.
So my first time hearing about microdramas was 2019. Then in 2020, I don't know if y'all remember Quibi.
Yeah.
But Quibi was like one of the starters. I mean, not starters. They were probably the only place in town in the United States that was doing microdramas, right? It was under 10 minutes. And they had all of the who's who. And a year later, it just tanked. It fell apart, right?
They raised $1.3 billion and spent like $800 million in 3 months.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then a lot of their people and catalog went over to Roku.
Yeah.
Right. Now Roku has physical goods as well, right? So Roku was able to do their thing with that catalog, but they were still mainly focused on larger form content, right? So that's when I first learned about the space, microdramas. A buddy of mine from China, I was speaking to him and he said, Ty, he says, have you been seeing what's going on, back in China, blah, with the microdrama space? And I was like, oh, I didn't do too well here. And he says to me, well, we're doing really well out there, right? I started to do the research. I was like, oh, wow. Like the revenue that these folks are generating is crazy. It's crazy. Fast forward, I hear about Real Shorts, right? And I think at the time they were only playing town.
Yeah.
Right. And around that same time, other folks kept asking me, hey, are you doing anything in the vertical space? We got to do this vertical space, microdramas. And so my thing was like, oh, let me learn how to produce them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me learn how to write. So I did that. But then I was like, Real Shorts has their own platform,
Yeah.
right? Their own way to distribute these things, right? So that was the issue in the United States. So when you and I linked up and you were like, hey, I'm working on a way to be able to distribute microdramas, I was like, yep, let's go. Let's go.
The big difference, I'll say this, people talk about Quibi. There's two parallels. I want to give credit where credit is due. Quibi definitely was a platform that did short form content. The difference between Quibi and Microdramas was Quibi was high quality produced content. Like,
correct.
Like movie.
Well, microdramas can still be high quality.
No, they can.
But they were trying to go off celebrity.
Yeah. They
had like Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones.
Correct.
No, they were using
like,
high quality people. And then it was also based on the fact that you could either watch it vertical or horizontal.
Yeah.
So they were shooting in two different mediums, right? And then the episodes were just 10 minutes. Microdramas are hour and a half long, and they have these 2-minute cliffhangers. So you're watching them, so it's like the dopamine hit, the stickiness gets you hooked in. Like, wait, how many times he gonna cheat on her? Like in 4 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so those things become
it's that soap opera. They got your grandma, every day watching at 1 o'clock.
But now you can watch it while you're getting your oil changed, or your hair done, or while you're on the plane, or while you're on the train. And it's just highly addictive. And so
dopamine.
Yeah. And I just said, look, I wanted to create a pathway for us to create microdramas, because I don't want what happened to us on Tubi to happen in the microdrama space. I don't want us to be the engine behind blowing up a platform in the United States of America that leverages Black culture to then flip it over and turn it into something else. Right. So as much as all these other people are creating microdrama platforms, I wanted to focus on diverse communities, African-American, Latin, African, in that space, and anybody else that wants to do that. And it also gives us an opportunity to work with other people, other partners that want to produce in this space, because again, the distribution is a big piece of doing this, and it gives us an opportunity to work together in ways, instead of saying, hey, I'm going to take my Black microdramas and go back to the white platform that distributes them, or go back to the Asian platform that distributes them, when we can keep all this stuff here. And then especially in a place like Atlanta, that stuff really, really matters. So I know, Noah, you got some stuff to talk about.
So just so you guys to know, Georgia, within the last, would you say 15 years, became a major film hub.
Oh, Georgia was Hollywood.
Yeah, and that's a result of the awesome tax credit that we were able to give productions. So putting some numbers behind this, in 2018, Georgia generated $9.5 billion as a result of the film and television industry. Unfortunately, because of the move over to Europe as a result of the unions, right? In 2023, it fell to $4.1 billion. And the spend has even now dropped to $2.6 billion. It's slowed down jobs. There's rumors of the industry coming back.
Oh no, it's coming back.
Yeah. So what, even with James Gunn filming back his projects. So my question is, how will microdramas move forward the film industry here in Atlanta and the state of Georgia?
Yes. Okay. I heard that wrong for a second. Microdramas will definitely be a way that people will pivot for sure, right? It's hard when you focus on this one thing for the last 10, 20 years. Mm-hmm. You say, this is the way it is, this is the way it's been done, this is the way it's been done, this is the way it's been done. If you are a fan of storytelling and our craft like I am, then you say, microdramas and verticals aren't a bad thing.
Right.
We're still doing what we love to do. We're just storytelling in a short form, right? And again, it's not really a short form. It's still an entire movie or entire series, television series, you could say, but it's just cut up in shorter pieces, right? So we're still doing the same thing. The difference is there's a lot less money in getting them for and the ability to get them done. But I think the writing on the wall right now is I am seeing individuals be like, "Yep, I learned how to write these, right?" And Ty, can you read this, right? I've got probably over the last few days over 60 directors that have hit me and said, "Look, I want to direct some of your projects," right? And I'm not talking about directors that I've never heard of. Like some of these guys are major.
Wow. Okay.
So I think that's a beautiful thing. The industry definitely is in shambles right now. It is like a lot of other industries. It may be cheaper to go take your project to Mexico City. It may be cheaper to take your project to Romania. It may be cheaper to take your project to Colombia. In those instances, I get that, right? When our strikes hit, a lot of people have just expressed that, oh, I'm upset at my union because I thought the focus was AI, right? And now we're not protected against that and this, that, and third. There's issues across the board. There's issues across the board that are being tweaked and fixed. I do believe, like you said, it will come back and that will be a thing. But for now, these verticals and the projects that are still being greenlit, which there are still a ton, right? There's a lot of doom and gloom out there, but that's not necessarily true. There's a lot of projects still being made, still being greenlit, but these verticals, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And I am reading projects from some really, really talented filmmakers. And I'm excited about it. Excited about where this goes.
Look, I want to hone in on that. I was talking when it was announced on Friday. Talent agents, producers, directors were hitting me too. And one of the things that everybody said is that this will be an amazing opportunity for younger voices to get out there. If you guys could speak to that.